I was disappointed in our performance there. I thought we got off to a good start. Thought we handled their defense very well early, and normally some of those things continue as the game goes on. It went the other direction. Thought we really lacked poise late. Our attention to detail and focus wasn't where it needed to be all night. Just too many instances, where we just went off and did our own thing, and it cost us every time. You can't do that against. That's a very, very talented basketball team. Very talented basketball team. This just, when you're in a team sport, when one guy breaks down, it breaks everybody down, and we didn't have. Thought we really lacked some mental toughness tonight, and being able to get to the next play, and moving on from mistakes. Really wasted an effort, a solid defense, other than just allowing them to get 18 second chance points. I thought our first shot defense was decent. You get 33 deflections, turn the team over 23 times and can't win. It's disturbing.
Coach, you kind of talked about it. You guys started off pretty well. 0 turnovers in the first 14 minutes. What do you think changed after that?
Lost poise. One mistake led into 2-3 mistakes. I thought overall, I didn't think our guard play was real strong tonight. We got to get better in those situations. We got to be able to handle those things. You can't turn the ball over 15 times. They've got good length, but we knew that. We attacked it very well early. And then we put ourselves in some positions. You got to have good spacing. You got to be able to get to the open spot. We got to do a better job at that. At just seeing the openings. We'll run to a spot on the floor. Well, there's bodies there. You got to move. You got to get to the opening. And that was one thing I was worried about heading into tonight. Tonight's game was going to be very much, where you got to make basketball plays and just some basketball IQ, basketball plays, and those are things that we got to improve on, and we'll get better with that.
Yeah, you guys have had a couple games early on this season where it kind of went down to the stretch late. You've been on the winning and the losing side. What can you learn from these type of games while you're still in the non-conference before you move into conference play?
Yeah, I think just the different. I thought we were really good in the Louisiana game when things didn't go well, just getting to what was next. And I think tonight. We spent too much time in huddles trying to get guys get their heads up, move to the next play, quit worrying about missing a shot or turning it over, get to the next play. And I thought it affected us negatively too much on the other end. To be able to give up that many offensive rebounds is inexcusable. To have breakdowns defensively on out of bounds play, we're in our 5 defense. We don't switch in 5 defense. Walk right out of the huddle, have it defended perfectly, and then 2 guys decide to switch, or 1 guy decides to switch, which then we get slipped up, gave a layup. Just like the mental breakdowns, over the course of the game, just they add up, and when you're playing a quality opponent, it makes it really difficult to win. And we talk about all the time, like you find winning by eliminating losing. We brought losing into the equation tonight way too much.
For both players, you guys are out rebounded 36-18. To you guys, what could have changed for maybe that to be a little bit closer?
Could have crashed off into the glass some more. Get everybody to the glass.
Yeah, just having a better conscious effort as a team, really, to pursue the ball and rebound, guard or big. Just getting it done.
Yeah, for both players, with you guys being guards and, Little Rock throwing out that zone defense and throwing a lot of doubles your guys' way, how tough was it to just move the ball and kind of get into an offensive flow throughout the game?
We was working on that all week in practice, so it was really just us, honestly. Just us, because we was working on our practice. So when we was making the mistakes, that was just us making the mistakes.
Yeah, I agree with him. We had really good days of preparation leading up, and it's really on us. There's no excuses for that. We just got to be much better and learn from these type of mistakes.
Coach, obviously now back-to-back losses. What do you think a team that's made up of so many new pieces, what can it take away from this kind of stretch?
I'm sorry, what?
With back-to-back losses, what can a new team that has so many new pieces take from that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we're like a lot of teams across the country. We're trying to find our identity. You know, we're in the process of finding our identity. We're also in the process of defining roles. You know, and not everybody's going to like that role. I mean, I was watching Purdue and Alabama the other night. I mean, Braden Smith could be the best player in the country. He may not completely like his role 100%, right? But he does his job at a high level. And so as we're finding that identity and guys are falling into roles, you have a job to do, right? You need to do your job. And we got too many guys that, you know, right now we're just too inconsistent in doing our jobs. And so, you know, we don't play again until next Saturday. We go on the road here for, I think, 4 or 5 straight. But we got a week here where we can do some work on us, and we need it.
Yeah, kind of speaking on that week of practice before you guys go on the road, this can be for anybody. What is kind of going to be some focal points in practice for you guys?
Well, we continue. We got to get more discipline on both ends of the court. You know, like you don't want to take away the aggressiveness, but you got to be smart in your aggressive play. You know, we had there was a play in the first half. Armani was involved, and you know, he went for a steal on an out-of-bounds play, took him completely out of position, gave up the rim. You know, we had one of our smaller guards was in a long post situation, 15, 17 feet. It's not a threat. The guy shoots it from there. It's fine. You got a guy taking a tough two, and we had a guy just run and double. And he communicated it, but like it's not in the right situation. Like we're not. He's not in the scoring area. He's not. You know, we don't have a small guard on the block, and so we were spread out and then left a guy at the rim that cost us a basket. You know, we missed a couple layups. You know, late. You know, I thought. You know, we turned down a shot in one opportunity where I thought you know, a guy trying to make a play, which you never want to. Never get on that. That's something we've been trying to stress is, you know, making plays for others, but I thought we turned down a good opportunity and then we turned the ball over. You know, just you know, just the little things that add up to winning. Basically, that's a long answer to what we need to. We need to work on all the things that add up to winning. And a lot of it for us is just between our ears.
And then, Coach, my last thing, you said that this team kind of lost poise as the game went on. How do you coach or teach poise?
Well, you just try to keep throwing them in those situations, keep pointing them out. Like these guys have, like, what they don't realize is, and we've done this as a team, like they've all overcome really difficult things in their lives, okay? And so, like, it's a basketball game. So you miss a shot, big deal. You miss a free throw, like, you know, get to the next play, right? And attack the next tough thing and get that accomplished. You can't get all up into your feelings and allow, you know, your selfishness to roll into more mistakes, right? And you also got to rely on your teammates to help you in those situations, right? Like if the worst thing you ever do is turn the ball over in a basketball game, you're living a pretty privileged life. You know what I'm saying? So like just having the mental toughness and to overcome things, and just you got to be able to slow it down in your mind. And sometimes the more times you get in those situations, the better you are. So yes, sir.
Is there any one thing you want to improve on before going down to Terre Haute next Saturday? Is there anything?
I don't think, I think our list of improvements that we need is too long to really just focus on one. But, you know, like I said, these guys show up every day to work. They're a fun group to work with. You know, there's a fine line, you know, between winning and losing. And we got to quit putting ourselves, you know, in a position to lose games. And we got to make more winning plays. And I think this group is capable of doing that.